Hello. So, as I see, not many people are watching yet, but anyway, we will start with the stream and with processing of M42, and we'll start where we left off yesterday. So, what are we going to do now? We finished with RGB yesterday, so we will leave it alone for now, and we will work on luminance. So, the first thing we need to do with luminance is apply background neutralization in the same way that we applied for RGB, because as you can see, we have these gradients. So for starters, I'll try just copying over the instances of what is applied to RGB, and that should actually work for us. Yep, looking alright. Okay, so after background extraction process, we will go into deconvolution. After deconvolution, we will go with noise reduction using MMT, then stretch, then contrast enhancements, etc. So what do we need for deconvolution? Well, we need for deconvolution I use external PSF tab. We need a PSF support image, and what it is basically a model of a star that's of average star in the image. So we need to select some of the stars and select similar stars, so they could be averaged out and useful spot image created. So let's start by selecting some of those, not those super bright nor the super small stars. And what we need is we need to only select the Moffat stars. We don't want Laurentizan or Gaussian. After we select all the stars, we can find that they are similar, or we are tired of selecting them. We will filter off some of them by other parameters like rotation angle, etc. We will use that method of deconvolution where you don't use de-ringing. Rolandai, ten ta reikšmė viskas priklauso nuo nuotraukos. Aš nesivadovauju kažkokiam griežtom reikšmėm šitoje vietoje. Tai yra, nes jeigu pas tave nuotraukoje bus visos pakankamai blankios žvaigždės, tau vis tiek reikės pasirinkti jas. Tai A yra funkcija ryškumo žvaigždės iš esmės. The core is too bright. We need to be able to select the stars and mirror the core, so we need to play a little bit with the screen transfer function. Alright. This is much better. It's just automatic. We will not select these biggest stars. It's tedious work, but it has to be done. I think this will be it. There aren't many other usable stars left. How many do we have? 68. Well, this image doesn't contain that many stars, but usually I like to get above 100, 150, because then we still have to remove the outliers. So in the end, we need at least 20. Or yes, let's Eve soundtrack. Alright, so let's start by amplitude and see if we have some super high outliers like this one. So this is the star, this one. So it's a bright star. It's almost twice as bright as the next one, so we don't want to use this one. And we will probably remove these higher ones and these are okay. Now the standard deviation. It's yeah, I think this one, this parameter. Nope, sorry, it's not this. Which one is it? Doesn't matter probably. Yeah, okay, so we wanted this one. And we need to remove this and this. There are the biggest outliers and rotation angle. So this is the part where majority of the stars are dropped. So again, we will keep remove these, and we will remove to here. It's not exact science here, but I just remove the biggest outliers. Well, actually, you probably can read about this dynamic PSF a little bit more, create better support star. But this usually works for me the way I'm doing it. So I didn't encounter some issues. I used to do without removal, just select the stars, then that created some issues. I couldn't push the convolution as much as I can now. Okay, so we will remove up to here. These. Okay, so we have 35 stars. That's good enough. And let's click this button, and we have the support star. It looks like this. So, yep. It's not exactly round. It's a little bit elongated along this axis, but just a little bit. Okay. Now, for the convolution, we will use the mask. We don't want to apply any convolution to the outside areas. We basically want the convolution to focus on the core, where the majority of the details exist. So we probably could reuse this mask, but it's a little bit too big. And it's not the same. Oh, interesting. Did I not crop this luminance? Yeah, I didn't. Whoops. Okay. Okay. Let's do that now. There we go. Yeah, we will want smaller masks concentrated around the core only. Okay, I forgot that we need to stretch before using range selection. I'll just use what PSF gives us. And it's also important not to forget to undo the stretch, not to stretch, and not to deconvolve the stretched image. Okay, you see this part. We have some dark dust there that contains also some details. We need to keep that somehow. Orlet, I'm doing masks right now. Range selection is one tool for masks. This is a mask. let's compare it to this one. Same size. Oh, wrong side. And if you reduce it like this, it will be unusable, I think. We will lose the coverage of darker areas. Or not. No? Okay. This is okay. But we still need a smaller one. Hmm. Okay. Let's just push lower limit a little bit more. This. We will be able to increase if we make this mask too little. Too small. Okay, so yeah. We will need to change it. I think it's not really going to happen. We won't be able to create a single mask that covers the bright area and the dark area, so we'll have to just use this one, and use some deconvolution settings to handle the noise it creates in the not signal rich areas. Okay, so let's undo stretch, apply a range mask. Let's create a preview and work on it. Okay, let's move it a bit. Yeah, okay. The convolution. Yes, BSF. We will do 30 iterations for status. Let's enable de-ringing, but let's use zero global dark and use local de-ringing support from all stars mask. And local amount, let's increase it to 0.85. Here, this section will be used for control of noise that's created in the areas that have less signal. I'll increase it to 5. I start working on 5 layers always with just some more or less random numbers here, but I adjust them later on. It's more or less default settings for my deconvolution, but yeah. I'll just create a process icon and save it along with other default processing icons for later use. Okay, so onto the deconvolution itself. Here, we should see a major increase in sharpness here, like really strong increase. But we will also have some terrible ranking around those brighter stars. Even though masking those stars, I think we'll have to remove. We'll have to undo the star removal from that mask, as the ringing will be now not around the stars themselves, but around the masked areas. Okay, here we go. As the increase, I think we can push it even more. think we'll increase duration to 60, and we will reduce layers to 3 and reduce stuff here. We will also increase sharpness using M42 with some settings. Okay, that's better, but it's also creating noise here, so I have to revert noise reduction stuff. But increase in details in these areas is really nice. Yes, I'm going to leave ringings in here for now. I'll fix the ringing with by replacing the stars from not the convolved image. Okay, so noise control is better, but I think we can let the convolution run a bit stronger and reduce the noise reduction. Somewhere between what we have here and what we had before. So maybe we'll reduce the layers and see what happens. We'll duplicate the preview for easier comparison between our changes. Yeah, so the differences are very subtle, and I think I'm gonna go with the previous version, as this does not increase any details in here, but it creates some blotchy noise in the darker areas. Okay, and one thing I'm going to show off is the difference between the sharpness and the image when using global dark and not. That means that we will not have ringing around the stars, but we will also have less sharpened details in here. Yeah, you see, the ringing is gone, but the detail here, it looks like some, I don't know, it's ugly. It's weird compared to this, where it's crisp. And here you have these artifacts that I'm always pointing out to people that are using deconvolution. These worms, these white bulges or something. You see? And here you don't have them. Just look at it. Can you see the difference? This is proper version, and this is with global dark deringing. We can fix it a little bit with global bright, but we will lose the details. Yeah, can you see that? Those wormies are now almost gone, but the detail here is so much better. Let's compare the full view. Here you don't have rings almost. Well, we would have to fine tune the settings, but the detail here is much better. And this is why I stopped using global dark and global bright. Okay, so let's apply deconvolution to the whole image and see what happens to the darker areas and if we need to adjust the noise reduction. And it's gonna take a while. And for proper star replacement we will need good storm mask. This is gonna be a tough one with the bright core. I'm not sure how this is going to work out. We'll probably have to stretch the image to different levels and then try extracting the stars. Or even use HDRMD before extracting the stars. I'm not sure. It's gonna be interesting. And by interesting I mean painful. Okay, so here we go. We have the convolved image. Let's compare. Okay, so the convolution brought in a little bit of noise. It's not too bad. Some graininess here, like small grains became bigger grains. I should probably use stronger noise reduction here. But I'm not sure yet. Yeah, I don't like it. I think we'll have to create a new preview here and just play a little bit with settings. Let's just increase noise reduction here. Probably layers. Or I usually do the convolution and then the noise, because the convolution will pick up on the noise artifacts and stuff. Okay, so this iteration didn't bring in any noise, so well, a little bit, not much, but just a bit. I wonder how this impacted details. Okay, so it didn't impact details at all, basically, so that's good. This is good. Let's apply this to everything now. Yep, pretty much everyone can go grab the drink. It's gonna take, you know, a few minutes. That's how we roll on when processing images. Okay, let's see. Yeah, this is much better. Almost no impact to the noise. Good. Excellent. Okay, so let's see what we can do about the ringing of the stars. So the first thing we're gonna do is duplicate on the convolved image. And let's apply star mask. And then just let's just try this. Yeah, you can see the difference already. This is before. This is after applying the original image to this. But as we don't have proper star mask, those stars are not getting replaced, so this is an issue. And we have to work on it somehow. Okay, so let's work on star mask. What can we do here is try stretching the image and applying HDRMT. And then extracting stars. This should help the star mask to figure out what's a star and what's not. So yeah, noise threshold is 2.5, 0.25. I mean, let's apply it here also. Let's set this to default, and we want medium-sized stars, medium and small-sized stars. So we will use scale of 3 and smoothness of 8. And that was a bit too much somewhere. I think that noise threshold is low still. What can we do about this? Increase the noise threshold, I guess 135. Let's see what we get now. A little bit better, but still. We're not getting those stars inside the nebula itself at all. It's not good. What can we do? What if we apply this this mask and we invert it? No need to invert, we need just this. And noise threshold here is 0.5. let's just ignore this for now. Okay, let's see. Yeah, not good, not good, not good at all. Just ignore the mask. Okay, we need to try another thing. We'll manually stretch this, or even try using mask stretch. And okay, let's create a preview. 0025. Don't want this too bright. 100 iterations will do. I'm not sure this is gonna help us. Okay, let's see. What we have here is 0.30 something, 0.40 something. Let's try using 35 and increase midtones to 0.7. What else? Smoothness up to 10 and scale down to what? 4, up to 4. Regarding the MLT method, well, it probably could work, but I'm not a fan of it. And if you look at this, I think we got it. We need to just adjust a little bit the parameters for noise, but we got the main stars that are getting ringing around them. So this is good. This is good news. As you can see, these smaller stars, they don't really have the ringing, and we only need these main big stars. Relatively big. Okay, so these things are noise, and we need to get rid of it. I'm not a fan of MLT's method of getting a star map because it usually doesn't get me the results I want, and even though star mask is also a tool that doesn't give me the results that I want, it gives a little bit better results and that I can work with, and I can fine tune it better. That's just me. That doesn't mean that it's going to be like this for everybody. Okay, so this looks good. It didn't get all the stars, but we we're not aiming at all the stars at the moment. Okay, this is good. Let's apply this star mask here. And see what it covers. It doesn't cover every star still, but this is a good start. Need to lower the scale, I think, to get those stars, and maybe stretch the image a little bit differently. The star mask is one of the toughest masks to create. It eats a lot of time. I wonder how to get those smaller stars. I think AGRMT just did some bad things to them. They're not as bright as they are supposed to be, I think. Or okay, so let's just reduce scale to 2 and see what happens. Okay. Let's see. Oh, there we go. This one got the smallest stars. It's good. I think we need to adjust the shadows. Managed to get some noise also. But didn't get all the little ones yet, but they probably will not be an issue. Let's try reducing noise threshold here and here a bit. And probably midtones to 0.65. Oh, nope, too much. 35. This. Let's see. Yeah, nope, this is not working out. Well, it's picking up noise, and it's not picking up the stars. So let's just revert back to the original parameters. Let's reduce truncation for the course of the stars to get a bit brighter in the at the mask. Okay, so let's try combining these masks into one. Just the same way as we did with the All Stars mask. we have some stuff here that we don't really want to be masked, as this will get replaced with non-deconvolved version. So we will use clone stamp to get rid of those artifacts, and we will use this method of applying a clone stamp to this image and then applying the instance of the result to the star mask. Target view, source, and let's use 20. And reduce to 10. Oops. Well, this is good enough. And as you can see, those artifacts are gone. Yay. Yeah, so let's try applying the original stars to this image. We will clone the original image once again. We might have to individually replace some of the stars later on, and there aren't too many. Okay, let's see. There we go, much better, isn't it? First iteration, and we have almost removed all the ringing. So let's apply a bunch of times until we don't see any ring left. Now we have some stars with ringing left. And And I think we'll have to use just clone stamp here. I think that effort put into creating a better star mask will pay off. So let's just go and play this clone stamp. Target, source, right 8. Oh, I have to remove the masks. Okay. Let's increase softness. What I'm doing is basically creating, well, adding the stars to the star mask. As the image is very bright, it's hard to create a proper star mask, so I'm just creating them artificially, where I see that the star will need to be replaced. That has ringing still, and didn't have it was not masked off before, so I did not find a way to create the star mask well enough that I could avoid this step. Yet. Okay, I made a mistake. Made a mistake because these had to be white dots. Okay, what can I do to fix it? I can try changing this color of this image to white and then applying clone stamp. Yep, that helped. Cool. There we go. Yeah, it's fine that my star mask is going to be a little bit larger than the stars themselves, as as they'll just blend in the copied image and this image. This shouldn't be an issue at all. Yeah, I think this is good enough. I can't really see any of the stars that have ringing anymore. So now it's time to do histogram stretch. I don't really like masked stretch for end result, as it creates some. It makes stars weird. I love using a usual histogram transformation. And this stretch we're doing right now is just to clone the image so we could apply MMT noise reduction. Inverted luminance mask is used as a mask for MMT. And we'll start off using default settings. And let's grab a preview. As this process takes a while, so let's see. Let's see. This is good. We're seeing usual MMT artifact, these black small dots, but we can't fix those with ACDNR or whatever. If it's still an issue after stretch. Okay, I like this. And see many issues with the noise reduction. So once again, default settings worked fine. Let's apply it to the whole image and then see what's the result. Alright. Arlet, well, layer 6 is, well, how do I say it? We have this tool where you can see how the layers look like. Yeah, here we go. Number of layers. Let's extract 6 layers from this image and let's see how the sixth layer looks like. We don't need residual. This is the most detailed layer, so it takes a while. Anyway, here we go. Let's see the result. Looking good. Looking good. Well, honestly, Outlet, I cannot really answer you that question because I do not know if the layers here and layers from that script match the numbers. They might not, but I think this matches the smallest layers or not. Wait, scale is 32, so it's probably the largest one. I wonder. I should read up on it a little bit more for my own education. I don't know. Well, the MMT probably, yeah. This one is the more detailed, as the scale is 1, and you use the highest threshold. But why the 6th layer takes the longest, I'm not sure. Maybe they are inverted or something. I don't know really. Let's see if the core was affected by noise reduction. Yeah, it looks like it wasn't, so that's good. Alright, so we can go and stretch right now. I think this noise reduction is acceptable. I'm not going to even try using other settings because I like the result. We are also not going to fix the star. It doesn't look too terrible after stretch, and it would just look fake if we tried to change something here. So there's no easy way to adjust anything here. What we will do now though is use HERMT on the core, and we'll probably just reuse this mask. Let's see, could also remove the new star mask, subtract the new star mask from this. All stars. Okay, here we go. Oh wow, this looks ugly. Whoa. Yeah, nope. This is not going to work like this. What if we do not remove this? Okay, much better. But it's kind of flat now. It feels flat. I don't like that. And this is a little bit better. Still though, let's increase one more layer. Alright, this looks much better. This is cool. Way better. Let's compare it. Let's create preview. Even though, okay, so there's this issue of previews and HDRMT. HDRMT somehow doesn't like previews, and when you apply HDRMT to preview and then apply it to the original image, it creates different results, and that's silly, really. Yeah, so look at this. This is much better. This is just flat. This is good. And what if we increase up to layer 9? It looks a little bit worse. I wonder why. Oh, okay, I know why. Because we applied HDRMT second time to the already HDRMT'd image. as compared to level 8. And so level 8 I think is a good compromise between brightness and how many details are revealed and the flatness HDRMD creates. So let's go with layer 8. With 8 layers, I mean. Alright, this looks good. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is create a bigger mask, I think. Or not. And we wanna play with contrast a bit with local histogram equalization. So I think we will want to try and use different kernel radiuses. For the core we'll use lower kernel radius, and for the outer stuff we'll try to use the bigger one. So start with these settings. Okay, so this creates quite a bit of more contrast. I don't really like this much. It creates some kind of shadows around the stars. And here also. Yeah, I don't like that. Let's increase kernel radius. Let's see, 100. Maybe smaller kernel radiuses will not work on this part of the image. Maybe we'll need just the very corner of it, where trapezium exists, that place. Yeah, okay, this is better. It highlights some darker stuff, makes the contrast much better. I'd like to apply this to the outer stuff also. Okay, so let's try inverting. Oops. What happened here? I managed to execute some shortcut that undo to the very beginning of the image. That's interesting. Okay, so let's remove the stars here, apply it here, and invert. Yeah, we will want to add the stars to this. Then invert this. Okay, let's see. Kernel radius 200. Amount 0.6. Contrast limit 1.4. Let's see. Okay, so this increased outer dust visibility, but it also increased the halos around the star. Also increased the overall background brightness. I don't like that actually. What can we do? Okay, so let's decrease contrast limit 1.3 and amount 0.5, and we also would like to create some mask around the star. Close down might work here. Let's see, maybe that will help a little bit. Alright, that helped, I think, a little bit. I like that this increases contrast here. We'll be able to fix the background in the later steps. Yeah, so I like this, yeah, it's good. What can we do also is create a new image. It's black and just apply that star mask, image mask on here, and apply a little bit more HDRMT on that star, on the flares. Maybe that will reduce it. We'll see. Let's see. Maybe. I hope. That would be cool to reduce that halo. Okay, that reduced the overall brightness of the star. That's okay, I think. But it didn't get rid of the halo. Maybe we'll need to increase the mask on there. 250 is the biggest you can create here. Let's see. Well, it's better like this. Still, what if you're uncheck lightness? I think this is gonna look terrible. Oh no, look, it's much better. Apart from the star itself looking like really bad. But the halo is less pronounced. Well, you can't fix it 100%, so there's that. But I think we can leave it like this. Okay, maybe not yet, but let's increase level. Let's play with layers a little bit more. Maybe we can get something better. A bit more natural. Okay, this is good. I think I'll leave it like this. Okay, so what's next? Well, next is wrapping it up. We're combining it to a large P. Yeah, I'm not gonna touch those stars, they are not really bugging me. And they are not standing out a lot, like this one. So let's combine these images, this and this, and let's try applying that HDRMT to this image also. HDRMT. Yeah, that's not really good, is it? Nope. I think I'm not gonna touch it. Just use lightness mask. Oh, we also can try using this. LRGB combination will not take care of this. This brightness will transfer to the brightness of the color will transfer to the final image. Okay, this is good. LRGB combination. So let's apply luminance, and let's check that, and let's increase saturation to 0.35. And let's see what's our result. So what did you do there exactly? Exactly where? And what? Yeah, it's looking nice, apart from this blue halo. On RGB star, well, I applied HDRMT, but I tried applying only to the luminance component of it, not the color, as without those checkboxes it became colorless around here somehow. Okay, so I think we need to create some kind of mask here. I don't like all that blue stuff, it's too blue here. Where's this? How much does it cover? Yeah, not enough. Not enough. Need to increase this. So for that we'll try using range selection. This should be bigger. Yeah, good. So what we'll do now is try desaturating it. How does it look? Looks a bit better. I think we want to reduce the amount of blue in there also. But it then becomes greens. Tightness. Yeah, that's just silly. Whee! Black hole. What do we have if we apply it second time? Okay, so this is a bit more neutral now. How about one more time? Even more neutral. Okay, I like this. Let's try combining it now. It should be much better. It shouldn't look like it shouldn't pop out, and the blueness around all of it shouldn't be that distracting. Oops, I forgot to remove the mask. Good. This is good. So now we'll be able to play with colors. Right, so curves, the main tool for colors. I think we want to start off with saturation a little bit. Nope, we want to use a CNR on green to fix this nonsense. That's a useful one. So the greenness is now gone, as you can see. Jonathan, thanks. Yeah, I will upload it. This time it looks like I'm recording the whole thing. It's also will be able. It will be possible to rewatch it on Twitch, along with the chat that was going on. So I think I'll manipulate the green, not with the via SGNR, but here for starters. We'll make it a bit more magenta. 0.51 and 49. Much better. Maybe that will give some more effect. Yeah, okay, that's okay. And once again, yeah, okay, I like it. It's maybe a little bit too much. Just 0.05 and 0.495. Yeah, like this. Yeah, okay, good. Now, onto the saturation. Let's go crazy. Yay. That's way too much. It's stupid. And the vibrance component, basically. It's too much on every aspect of this image, but we will just play a little bit around with this. Yeah, I'll play with contrast maybe. Let's darken the background. Yeah, one more thing I think I'm willing to try is dark structure enhance. Maybe that will give some interesting effect. Okay, so it increased contrast in the darkest areas, but it at the cost of some details. You can see because the details here. I think we need to use less amount, but overall it's adding a bit of nice contrast. I think I'll use it, but just a little bit less. Amount of 0.3, I think. Yeah. It's gonna be subtle. Still too strong, still a little bit too strong. There are subtle details here that are lost. Let's try using even lower amount, 0.2. Let's try increasing layers. Alright, now this is okay. I can use this. It's subtle improvement. Alright, I like this. Okay, good. Now let's try playing with overall contrast of the background more. It's a bit too much. Okay, this is a bit better. And I also want to adjust the color of this. It went to purple, so we need to increase blue or green. Oh, wait, reduce red. Two of those. Yeah, okay, so 1 and 5 and 5. And blue will go 9.51. A bit better, a little bit better. Okay. Well, let's apply. Let's see. We are not overdoing stuff. It's alright. Let's apply star mask. This one. And increase saturation for the star doesn't themselves a little bit more. Too much. Okay, this looks good. And the final thing we want to do is increase a little bit more sharpness in the core. And actually also the stars. So let's apply star mask, open M42 and add some bias to the first two layers. It's very subtle thing. Now let's try adding some sharpness to the core. This is gonna be too much, but we'll adjust. I think I need the mask just of this area only, but for the rest of it, apply 0.2. And now create a smaller mask. We need even smaller one than this. Yeah, like this. Okay, good. And let's apply bias of 0.4. Yeah, this looks good. Okay, so this is basically it. So this the end result. This is the image that I would call finished. Unless we want to tweak color a little bit more, see if we can get something it looking a little bit better. Definitely not like this. For example, a bit more blue. How about this? More red. Less red. More blue. Less blue. I'm pretty confident that the colors are good, and I'm not gonna tweak them anymore. I like this. I like the result. So the final touches will be including monitor profile, applying annotation. Oh, not this one. Signature. First image of that's processed in 2018 and that's finished in 2018, so that's cool. I don't remember how I'm supposed to do this. Didn't do this for quite some time. Oh, it's alright. Forgot one checkbox. This one. Yeah, and that's it. I'll be posting this video and the image later today, so thanks for those who watched and will watch. That's it. Bye bye.